I love getting to hear stories from people of how God is working in their lives. I remember heading to Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A. It's really bad. They know my order and they know my name. I was headed to the drive-through, decided to go in this day, which I never really go in. But I remember going in, grabbing my food, and just making a beeline for my car. And as I'm headed to my car, before I can get out of the door, a lady stops me. She has her husband with her and another couple with her. And she says, I was there the first time that you ever sang God Turn It Around at church. And she said, I know that it was the first time because, the pastor said that you had just finished writing it the night before. And I thought, yeah, that sounds like me. I remember specifically. And so she says, I was there the first time, but then all of a sudden her expression changed. She said, but what no one knew was she said that her husband had just told her a few days before that he was leaving her for his mistress. So she's in service that day, had just gotten that news, and they're singing God Turn It Around. And she said, but the same way that we kept singing God Turn It Around over and over is the same way that God came into our home and started turning things around. And then I mean, she's excited at this point. She's with tears in her eyes still, and she leans over to her husband. He starts telling his part of the story, and then they have a couple who's with them. Now get this. This really tripped me out. One of the parts that really tripped me out. She said that this couple helped walk with them through this entire time as they're trying to reconcile, and had been walking with them for a while. And she said, we only come to this Chick-fil-A once a year, and this is the day that we come. And I was like blown away. I was like, how immaculate and detailed is our God, that on the day that I end up not going through the drive-through, I'm walking in. And I just love how God puts things together to the point where I get to witness and hear a story that I would have never known, had I not walked inside there. Had I not walked inside there. So that was just amazing to me. But then she says, as we're sitting down, she's excited. She says, can I show you how we worship God now? In the middle of this Chick-fil-A, she grabs her husband's hand, throws it up in the air, and she says, this is how we worship God now. We worship God together. And I was just blown away, and at the sight of it, at the thought of it. And I want to make sure that I never forget or underestimate how important and how powerful a story is, because those are the testimonies that help us remember who God is. And I'm grateful for that. Now here's the thing about that story. I thought for a while, because this happened before COVID, I thought that story ended there. Little did I know, a few months ago, they called me up. I didn't think I would ever see them or hear from them ever again, or even know how to find them. I didn't know their names or anything. And all of a sudden, I get the opportunity to sing at their vow renewal, where the people that walked with them through the entire thing were sitting there in a ceremony. I'm sitting here, and all of us are just blown away at God's grace and his love, and how he brings things back together. So it's amazing to know that. It's amazing to see that, hear that, and get to be a part of it.